Good morning, everyone. Lovely to see you all. So, weather's gone a bit colder, so I've got on a hoodie because I'm cold. So if I get really cold, I'll do this as well. Hope you like it. Anyway, okay, so to warm up, why don't we get some equipment that we'll be needing today? So, you need to get yourself a scarf. Let's see if there's any scarves in the house. You'll be needing 3 scarves actually. So you need to find 3 scarves. If you can't find scarves, then you can do it with tea towels or maybe a small hand towel. That would work as well. So try and find a scarf where you can look nice and pretty like that, or tea towel, or you could, worst case scenario, you could use a paper kitchen towel, but it might be a bit tricky. So for our warm-up, so pause the video if you need to find the equipment, and then unpause and off we go. So you can of course just do this pretending you've got an invisible scarf, but I'll assume that you've all at least been able to find a tea towel in your house. Okay, so let's start our warm-up exercises by doing some nice circles. And you might remember we were doing some circles a few weeks ago before Easter with poi, P-O-I, a really lovely sport that I like. It's a nice bit of circus equipment. You can get in lots of different things. In fact, here's to remind you, this is what a poi looks like. It's a sock poi. It's got a beanbag at the end, and you can spin it around in circles. So we're doing the same with the scarf. Spin it around in circles at the side, okay? So they are big circles. Let's swap hands and do the other hand. And let's swap our hands and let's go backwards this time. And let's go backwards on the other arm. See how smooth you can make the transitions from one hand to the other. So do 2 on one side, 1 on the other. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do 3. 1, 2, 3. Swap. 1, 2, 3. And now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Excellent. So those are big circles. You can do small circles as well. So let's do a small circle here. You can see that. If I stand sideways, you can see it going around nicely like that. So let's do small circles there. Small circles backwards. Swap hands. You can see me there. Go backwards. And let's try that swapping again this time. So we do small circles. So 1, 2, swap. 1, 2, swap. 1, 2, swap. 1, 2. It's a bit harder to get into the rhythm because we're just doing small circles. So if you can see it from here, 1, 2, swap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's what we can do with circles. And let's start. Let's start this time by throwing the scarf under our leg and then doing 2 big circles, throw it under the other leg, 2 do big circles, and let's keep on going like that. 1, 2, under the leg, 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 1, 2. Excellent. Let's try that forwards this time. 1, 2, under the leg, 1, 2, under the leg. That's a slightly more awkward throw, but still fun. Good, excellent. Right, so let's move on to 2 scarves. So far we've done big circles at the side and small circles at the side. Let's see if we can do some circles at the front. So this time we're going to go them together. Hope you can see that nicely. Nice big circles, then go the other way. And the more colourful your scarves are, the prettier they look. Like if you do have a third one, then one hand can have two. They can look like this. If you've got four, then the other hand could have two as well. Not sure if I've got another one lurking in a minute. So I shall stick with this. Excellent. Okay, so let's try doing them going like that. So this makes a really pretty pattern as well. Let's try the other way. Oh, I just caught one on my nail as we passed there. Okay, good, and let's try. And you'll notice that if you do these for too long with one movement, your arms begin to ache. So it's key to move between big circles, small circles, and in different planes. So let's do small circles, but in front of us this time. And let's try them going opposite directions. And you can experiment crossing them one way, one the other way. So if you see here, so blue one front, blue one back, and you can alternate which way you swap them, which way they go around. That's fun. You can do them out of sync. So out of sync, we've been doing them in sync so far. We've either been doing like that, same direction, or that way, opposite direction. We can do them what's called asynchronous. So one goes first and then the other. So it'll look like this. And of course you can do that with big circles as well, as well as small circles. So let's have a go at doing two small circles and then two big circles. Then two small, two big, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And see how small you can make those small circles. So small circles can be a bit tricky. Okay, good. So let's have a go at doing the throws under the legs. So this could be a lot more interesting. So we're going to do it asynchronously. We're going to go backwards like that. When you go down, swap like that. And see if you can do that. You can even have the guy throwing two at once, catching them and keep on going. So let's try that again. So let's do it in slow motion. Going back, lift the leg up, chuck under, lift the other leg up, chuck under, and carry on. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's tricky to catch them. Just dropped it. Okay, we are now nicely warmed up for the next part. So let's check the time. Let's turn the music down a bit. Okay. So you might feel a bit out of breath after all that. That's good if you are. We've already done in the warm-up exercise, we've done a few throws and catches or passing to the other hand. So let's remind you, since we're here, on juggling a scarf. Now this is what I went through yesterday on Radio York with Georgie at breakfast in her show. And I had to do it just by speaking without actually seeing each other. So I'm not sure how many people heard me, but it was great fun doing that. So here we are. We take one scarf and the basic throw is throwing from one hand to the other, trying not to move where the other catching hand is. Therefore, you have to throw the scarf to where the hand's going to be. So you have to throw it across your body and there. You can catch it. Now, we can do fun things first. We can do one turn and then a throw, turn and then a throw, and circle, throw, circle, throw, circle, throw. So that's adding some extra bit from what we were doing earlier. So let's have two now. So when we're doing two, we have to throw the first one. When it's up high, we then throw the second one. And then we catch first, catch second. So green's going first, green throw, blue throw, green catch, blue catch. You see that? So throw number one, throw number two, catch number one, catch number two. Or in my case, drop number one. I missed it. So I'll show you that again. Throw, throw, catch, catch. the higher you throw it, the more time you have before you can catch it. Okay, so let's now try that with the circles. So it's going to look like this. Throw, throw, catch, throw, throw, catch, throw, throw. Oh, I dropped it. So I managed 2 in a row. So let's try that game. So let's get the circles going to start with, and then we're going to do throw, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch. Oh, I'm throwing the green one behind me, so that's interesting. Don't know how you're coping with that. Nice to see you, Vanda, if that's Vanda, or maybe it's Benjamin watching. Anyway, nice to see you. And let's try and add the third in. So this is when it's going to get really a bit crazy, okay? And we are going to throw one in the air first, and then throw the second as we did with 2, but then we're going to add the third in. So the hand, that, to remind people, that has to start with 2, you hold the first one between your littlemost fingers, and then you hold the second one between your thumb and forefinger. This gives you the ability to throw one while still holding on to the other, which is important to help us to get into pattern. So the pattern, as you may remember, is this. So we throw, throw, catch, throw, and we just keep that going. Okay. The higher you throw it, the easier it is to catch. So now let's see if we can complicate it and make it harder by adding in that little circle before we throw each one. So it might be, let's have a go at starting it 2 ways. We can either start it by doing the circle and then throwing, or we can start the pattern and then try and add the circles. I think I'm going to go for the second way first. Okay, so here we go. Start the pattern, get them really high, and then circle, 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 circle. Oh, I've dropped one. That wasn't too bad. Let's try the other way. I don't know how you found that, but it's fun trying these things. So let's try by circling first. So circle, throw 1, circle, throw 2, circle, throw 3. That was hard, sort of easier in one way, but harder in another. I don't know how you found that. Let's try it back to the first way we tried, where we get the pattern going first. Get the pattern going first, and then circle, circle, circle. Yeah, I lost it a bit there. They're going to have to practice that one. Let's try the second way, which is when we start circling them straight away. So the hand that has 2 always starts that and gets the circle first. Throw 1, circle, throw, circle, throw, circle, throw, circle, throw, circle, throw. Oh, that was a bit better, a bit easier. Perhaps that way is easier, starting first with the circles. But you can see there's a lot of fun you can do if you add these extra things in. So let's do, just to finish off with, yeah, just a minute left or so. We'll go back down to 2, and we will remember. And so far we've done side circles, we've done circles at the front. You can also do circles at the back. So if I stand sideways on, see there, I'm drawing a circle behind me. You see that? So if I show you the front circle and then a back circle, if you look at the path of the scarf as you do this, you'll see you're sort of drawing a figure of 8 in the air, okay? So we could go for 2 circles at the front, then 1 at the back, 2 circles at the front, 1 at the back, or we can do 2 circles at the front, 2 circles at the back. Doesn't really matter. You can mix it up however you want to do. You could even do big circles. So let's do a big circle, big circle, big circle, big circle. So if we get comfortable with doing those circles with both hands, so here's my other hand doing it, my left arm, which is always a bit less coordinated than my right because I'm right-handed. Okay, it gives us the possibility of when one hand is doing a front circle, the other hand can do a back circle, and when the other hand is then doing the front circle, the other one can do the back circle. So it will look like this. So we're alternating where we're doing the circle. So if I stand sideways, see if you get a better view of that. If I move back here. So we get this way, the scarves can use all the space around them without crashing into each other. You can also do that with big circles. So you can do a big circle like that. And this is a lot more exercise because our arms are having to move a lot more. That's quite fun. Or you can do the circles up high. It's a bit harder there. It's much easier when you've got poi doing that. It's got a bit more weight. With these scarves, you have to drag it through the air with a lot more effort, which makes it harder. Okay, so we've had a lot of fun with scarves that we had first come across in one of the early lessons, and we just looked at juggling them. Now we've looked at using them for swishing in the air. We've learned about different directions we can do it, different size circles, and we've even attempted some throws under the legs. And just experiment with your tea towels, your scarves, whatever you're using, and see how you get on. Anyway, look forward to seeing you tomorrow for another fun circus session at home for everybody. Okay, any comments, please do leave them. And if you want to do any videos of yourself having fun doing these things and post them here on Instagram or Twitter, then that'll be great to see what you're doing. Okay, take care. Bye.